YouTubers, what's going on? Today I'm smoking a Montecristo Habana, my first Cuban. I cut the little tip off of it, so I'm excited about this. I'm excited. I don't want to burn it. So I got this out at 1. It's 5 right now. Simon just got off. I ate something at 4 because yesterday I had Alive and I had Simon and Boris, and Jeff, and several others. They was helping me because I've never had a Cuban. And so they was telling me, to let it sit out, give me tips, let it sit out for a few hours. So I let it sit out for 3 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours. It has a cigar. It has a sweet cigar taste. It really reminds me of the same kind of taste like that La Gloria that I smoked the other day. It has that kind of flavor. It's not the birds. The birds are, there's a lot of birds. Today is the day that the boy, I say the boy, he's a 19-year-old young man, and his brother was 15. So they showed up and they cut about half the grass. They didn't show up till like 10 a.m. though, and which that's usually the case. They probably had a long night last night. But I would have showed up about 6 a.m. and got most of it. Got it done by 10. But anyway, they'll come back tomorrow. Didn't pay them. Make sure you don't pay nobody till the job is done. But they did a really good job on what they did. I'll take a little bit of video and show y'all, and that way y'all can see. I chose the Montecristo because both Simon and Jeff sent me one, and so I wanted to. I didn't want to smoke one cigar before I smoked the other one. I'm glad that they both sent me, the same cigar, because that way I can, honor them both. Because I don't know which one this one is. But that way, you honor them both, because both of them, was gracious enough to, to send me one. I told the people live yesterday how long it's been that I've been wanting to smoke a Cuban, but I also remembered last night about a good friend of mine, and he's passed away now. His name was Ronnie Bub Blackburn, and Bub was his name that we called him. I went to school with him, graduated with him. We were best friends. Bub was so awesome. me and him sat and we'd smoke cigars and stuff in high school. Probably, I'll tell you a little story about Bub. Probably one of the funniest little stories. Right before senior trip, we had to sell, stuff. And I went everywhere to try to sell candy and all kinds of stuff, pay for senior trip. Because I didn't have that kind of money. Funeral home, they even gave me money to go. And that was awesome. But anyway, right before the senior trip, I had gotten mononucleosis. Mono, the kissing disease. And there were a couple girls at that time. But anyway, moving right along, I was in the hospital. I was sick. I was sick as all get out. And I was in the hospital up until the day before that our bus left to go. We went to Daytona. We went to Florida. And the first time I've been to Florida, I was in the hospital. I don't know if we bus left like Wednesday or Thursday, but I was in the hospital from like Friday night to like Wednesday, or Tuesday night if the bus left Wednesday. It was one of the two. I didn't get out till like 4 or 5 p.m. and then the bus left the next morning like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. something like that. So anyway, I was sick. I was still really sick going on the senior trip, diarrhea and everything. And Bub was like, he kept on saying drink. I said, I don't feel like drinking. I'm telling you, this Jim Beam, it'll cure it. I can hear him now. I'm telling you, this Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, that's what they had. I'm telling you, it would cure it. Finally, I said, give it to me. You know what? I took a drink. I think it was, there's a car going by. I think it was Jim Beam. I don't know why. I have no clue why. But that Jim Beam, it actually settled my stomach, and it made me not have, I didn't have diarrhea anymore the whole trip. And then I that was on like the second day, because the first couple of days, the bus ride down there was long, and then the first day I was sick. And then after that, I was feeling better. I'll never forget. He said, if that made you feel good, you ought to try drinking some more to make you feel better. Now, I drunk back then. I still make moonshine and stuff. I not got a problem with drinking. But I don't believe in being a drunk. But if you want to sit down, you want to have a few beers, I don't care about that. That don't bother me. But I never was like a drunk or nothing. But that was a pretty good little memory. Bub, Bub passed away before he was 30. He's been gone now. He's been gone a while now, 20 years. And I will forget going over and seeing him. He was in the hospital, and he had alcohol. That's what killed him. And all these organs and stuff was shutting down. And I went in and seen him. And, they wouldn't let him talk. I never did understand that. They would not let him talk. He had to write down on a pad what he wanted to say. And I never understood that. They didn't want him to do that. He could talk. He defied the odds of one of the nurse or something in ICU had to go get something for somebody else. He said, "Love you, brother." I said, "Love you too, bub." Me and him chewed, skull. We chewed tobacco. So in his casket, I put a can of skull in his hand. His mom and his dad come up. They said, "James, thank you. That would have meant the world to Bub." And his mom's passed away now. Grieved herself to death. Lost so much weight after he passed. I'll tell you one more quick story though. How long? No, I can't. It's been 11 minutes. I'll tell you anyway. I'll tell you another good Bub story. There was these two other fellas. I won't tell you their names, but anyway, they was high school boys, and they was into it arguing, And you could tell they was going to fight, because it just kept going back and forth for a couple of days. So anyway, it was that guy, another guy, the two guys. So it was the one guy and then the other guy that was arguing with him. And then it was Bub. And then it was me. And we was walking through the line at the cafeteria, to get your lunch. And I'll never forget, they had hamburgers that day. They had hamburgers and tater tots. I never will forget it. I never will forget it. So anyway, the guy, the first guy, he got his tray, his hamburger. And the second guy, he got his tray. Right? And I hadn't got mine yet because we're walking through the cafeteria. So the second guy gets his gets his cafe tray, his hamburger. And he picks up his hamburger and he takes a bite of it. Like that. And he throws it in there, and I think he said, "Oh, hell." I think that's what he said. He threw it in there, and he grabbed that tray, and he pulled that tray back, and he cracked that boy. And it cracked that cafeteria tray. It broke it. He hit him. That was the funniest thing. And then me and Bub grabbed him. Because, we were all kind of friends, We didn't want them to fight. It was stupid over what they was arguing about. But anyway, that was a pretty good one. We saved the guy that got hit. The boy that hit him got suspended, and he come back like 2-3 days later from suspension. And we was in the locker room. And back then, after like PE class, like, you had showers, you could shower. They have one, you have like one shower head. Not shower head, you have one pole, and then the shower head was on top, but it had like sprinklers all around, so everybody just got in there shower. There was no stalls or anything like that, like, a bunch of you could do that. But anyway, we was in there, and we was putting our clothes back on, to go to regular class. And that boy that hit the guy with the thing, he had a knife, and he pulled it out. And he picked it up, and he was getting ready to stab it. And when he come down, Bub grabbed his hand. Grabbed his arm. And then I grabbed him. And then we pulled him back. And took it from him. He was going to hurt him. And it was over, like I said, it was over something stupid. It wasn't nothing serious. Just high school boys, So there you are. I've sat here and I've smoked. Look at there. I've smoked a good cigar. Simon, Jeff, thank you very much again. I've sat here and I'm going to finish it. I thank y'all so much for watching. I really do. It means the world to me. I hope that you're smoking the blends that you love and the pops that you love. Y'all have a good day. Take care.